Hello, it's me, More, again. Today, I'm going to share an example with you all. At first, this case was related to the lungs, that is, issues connected to the metal element in the five elements theory. Later on, it became related to fire, which led to brain hypoxia, turning the person into a vegetative state and eventually causing death. Who am I talking about? It's an American rapper named Earl Simmons, sometimes known as DMX. Let's take a look at his birth date first. He was born on December 8, 1970, which falls in the year of Gungsu. As for the month, it's the Wuzi month, and the day is Rinsu. If you look at his four pillars, you'll see that the earth produces metal, and metal naturally produces water, so he belongs to the category of strong water. For someone with strong water, of course, the first useful element is wood, and the second is fire. So what are his unfavorable elements? Of course, he doesn't like metal, water, or earth, because earth generates metal, and his metal will then generate even more water. There's already a lot of earth present, so that's not good for him. When did he first get into trouble? It was on February 10, 2016. So he suddenly had an asthma attack, which is related to the lungs and also to the tendons. As you can see, that year was the Bingxing year, and the month? It was the Renin month, and the day was Rin Shui Day. Actually, this is all related to his life path. Look at this Shin and Z, together with the Lux cycle at that time. The kidney, Shin-Z-Shin, forms a strong water configuration, a very powerful water element. So, he already has strong water, and then encounters another water configuration, which is obviously not good. This is his unfavorable element. Also, XIN represents the lungs, so that's why he has breathing problems, and that's why he has asthma. This was in 2016, and then moving on to 2020. And then in 2021? That is, on April 2nd this year, at around 11 p.m., because he really liked abusing drugs, it caused his heart to suddenly stop, which led to his brain being deprived of oxygen, and he almost became a vegetative state. So let's take a look. This is the year of XIN show this year, and the month is XIN Mao month. So his date is based on the Chen day, and the time is Wuzi hour. If you look, all five elements here are ones he dislikes. The only thing is, there's just a bit of wood, but even that isn't beneficial to him. And, do you see? There's no trace of fire, no fire at all. The fire element is related to our brain, so at first, his heart had problems, also related to fire. Then his brain was deprived of oxygen, again related to fire. That's why he ended up in a vegetative state. But why did he become a vegetative state? It's because in the year of XIN Cho, the Cho is actually his benefactor, and Mao is also his benefactor. So at least, he's still surviving, but he's already in a vegetative state. Basically, it's like having no life, but he's still here, that's all. Then, on April 9th, 2021, at 8 o'clock, at that time, he passed away, because at that time, the report said that all his organs had already failed, so it was basically the same as being dead. It was the year of XIN Cho, and Cho was still his benefactor. As for the month, it had already changed to Rinchen month. On that day, it was Dinghai Day, and at that time, it was Jiasu hour, or Jiaoshan hour. You can see that the year was still his benefactor, but the month no longer was. He had one less benefactor. The month was no longer his benefactor. In the annual chart, there's Shin, and with Shin, it clashes with his Su. Shin and Su clash, and Earth is actually his unfavorable element. Then there's Hai. Look at this. On the day of Ding Hai, he was 50 years old, and this Lux cycle was Gue to this Yun. You can see it here. Gue and Ding clash with Hai, and here, the 5 marks of fire that he needs, all of them are missing. That's why, at this time, he passed away. So we can see that actually, from the moment he was born in his Bazi, we could already see that the fire he needed was missing. These two useful elements are both missing for him, so we already know that the health problems he would encounter later in life would revolve around fire and wood. Of course, when we look at the luck cycles, we can see even more clearly when these situations might occur. All of this, I actually teach in my Bazi beginner class, things like heavenly stems, earthly branches, climbing the mountain, business black, and so on. Then, how do we lay out the Bazi? How do we arrange the luck cycles? And how do we interpret them? So, after that, As for the health course, I'll teach everyone that the heart belongs to fire, our brain also belongs to fire, and our kidneys belong to water. I'll make all this clear for you, so you'll know if you have any of these issues. From birth, you can already see which of the 5 elements you're lacking or have too much of, so we need to pay attention to these things early on. Of course, there's also Master Lao Hang Lap's Bazi application course, as well as the advanced course on Feng Shui applications and advanced Feng Shui. So, just click the link above and you can choose whichever course you like and sign up for the class, alright? Hope to see everyone in class. Bye-bye. Right?